accepted our invitation. And she's a very colorful personality. I'm sure that you'll be glad to listen to her experiences. As a communication expert, yes, you have many, I think, hats. Çok şapkası var Damla Hanım'ın. So, thank you to my dear students, Olcan and Uliana, to accept to present Damla. So I'll leave the floor to you. Thank you.
Damla Boğaç Emiroğlu, sosyal medya alanında etkili bir içerik üreticisi olup Kıbrıs'ı Seyyah adıyla paylaştığı Instagram videoları aracılığıyla Kıbrıs'ın kültürünü, mekanlarını ve hikayelerini geniş kitlelere tanıtarak dijital turizm iletişimine önemli katkılar sağlamaktadır. Doğu Akdeniz Üniversitesi Halkla İlişkiler ve Reklamcılık bölümünden mezun olduktan sonra kurumsal iletişim alanında profesyonel kariyerine başlamış, banka marka dönüşümü, havalimanı, duty free mağazaları gibi büyük ölçekli kurumsal yapılarda önemli projelerde yer almıştır. Daha sonra USAID tarafından yürütülen H projesi kapsamında destinasyon pazarlama süreçlerine görev alarak uluslararası pazarlama ve kalkınma projeleri konusunda deneyim kazanmıştır. Girişimcilik yolculuğunda adının ilk single origin konseptlerinden biri olan Delatte kahve markasını hayata geçirmiştir. Son 7 yıldır ise hem emlak hem de iletişim sektörlerine faaliyet gösteren kendi şirketini başarıyla yönetmektedir. Bugün aramızda iletişim alanındaki çok yönlü kariyerini, girişimcilik deneyimlerini ve dijital içerik üretimi konusundaki uzmanlığını bizlere paylaşmak üzere bulunmaktadır. Kendisine içten hoş geldiniz diyor ve sözü kendisine bırakıyoruz.
It's my great pleasure to introduce Damla Boğaç Emiroğlu. She is an influential content creator in the field of social media. She contributes significantly to digital tourism communication by promoting Cyprus culture, places and stories to wide audiences through the Instagram videos. She shares under the name Cypriot the Voyager. After graduating from Eastern Mediterranean University, Public Relations and Advertising Department, she began her professional career in corporate communication, taking part in major projects within the large-scale corporate structures, such as bank brand transformation and airport duty-free stores. She later worked in destination marketing processes within the each project managed by USAT, gaining experience in international marketing and development projects. On her entrepreneurial journey, she launched Dilatte, one of the island's first single-origin boutique coffee shops. For the past 7 years, she has successfully managed her own company, which operates in both the real estate and communication sectors. Today, she is here to share with us her multifaceted career in communication, her entrepreneurial experiences, and her expertise in digital content creation. We warmly welcome her and give her the floor. Thank you.
Teşekkür ederim. Really, thank you. It's very nice to listen about myself. And I never think my career, okay, I change very different areas in the sector, but basically I try to be on the sphere of communications always. But I never think I will do a presentation about my Instagram page because when I started to post culture or history of Cyprus, I didn't imagine this because I did destination branding for 4 years, and when I started to do destination branding, I didn't know that this is very important for Cyprus because Americans came and they hired me as a communication consultant, and they said that especially for a small islands, special interest tourism is very important, and instead of mass tourism, it's the best way to introduce or to make a image or brand for a countries. You should introduce foreigners about Cyprus. Actually, I was selling a cement, you know, houses or many good projects. But what I discovered, okay, I can speak English. You know, I thought I forget. I realized forgot because more than 2 years I didn't use English properly. But while I was explaining, trying to convince people to buy a project or a house, I discovered that I should convince them about Cyprus brand, because there are many projects in the world, so why Cyprus? And I started to use my Instagram page, my personal page, for introduce Cyprus. Okay, let me continue like that. We pass this. I called myself while I was shooting Instagram. I'm volunteer tourism ambassador, because I like introduce historical places, but I was ordinarily, no any message, nothing. I was visiting, let's say, Kayrinya Castle and shooting, and very few people was watching actually. I didn't have so much people who followers actually. So just share the photos of Cyprus, and then this is how story started. I never think something strategically. Okay, but I have communications background, and I like to create a brands. And I started to think Cyprus. I chose tourism. I chose, okay, Cyprus as a, I want to make a brand, Cyprus brand. Why I believe? Because we are living in a country that have castles, you know, Bufavento, Kantara, Centilarion, Kayrinya, and I started to affect from history, because really in which country there is that much history. Well, especially while I tried to learn the history to promote, I affected a lot, and I created a brand, some brands like for my coffee place. Even for my very small 50 square meter coffee place, I created a history. And I started to like storyteller. So I have a, you know, huge material for Cyprus. So I started to use this, but still, even I hate, by the way, editing, you know. When I study communications, I choose advertisement department because I don't want to make any editing. But unfortunately, life goes in a way, and now all of my life, most of time, I spend for editing, for my videos, even for everything. Editing is my life now. While I was shooting the historical places, I just did this Nestorian church video, and what I discovered, I want to show you actually, and I will translate it. Just a second. Yes. Here. I don't know if there is any voice, but okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay, with turns, but let me show you. I stop it. I did say nothing different for this video. I edit the church. And what I learned from the tourist guides, they said that when you visit this church and you get some dust from this church, and you have someone you don't like, and if you throw this dust to this unlike people or person or whatever, he or she will go out of Cyprus, or even he can or she can die. This is a of legend. They say if you don't like him, throw the dust to the house and he will leave Cyprus.
Oh my God.
I just put this as a message, and suddenly within a 2,000 or 3,000 visibility I had, I shocked because it's become 76,000 visibility, and I noticed that because of the message and story behind of this church, I reached not triple, not many much more people I reached, and I started to search something story behind historical places, and let me turn. And I started to look different to the history of Cyprus actually. So this is a breakthrough video for me, first viral story. Yes. Okay. This is another viral video. And I also discovered that if you want to become a brand or something, you want to promote something, you should add some humor in it. Not only info, also info, the story, but little more humor. Because this is our natural coincidentally happens. And this makes 300K visibility. And the story was about, let me show you. He is my husband, by the way. We are in Golden Beach. And Golden Beach is a very unique beach in Cyprus. Very, well known in Europe, best beach for me. And in untouched beach, we found 2 sunbeds. And this is my mistake. I said it's working. Wrong sentences I used. I tried to promote Golden Beach, but because of we chats with my husband and I found this samba that somehow visibility became 325K. So I started to look at the brand for my Instagram page, and I started to strategically plan my posts, my videos. So I started to measure my followers. Then my Instagram page name was Cypriot the Voyager, and most of the posts it was English because I thought I want to be especially reach to the foreigners. While on the way, I changed my direction to Turkey. Why? Because I noticed that especially followers or people who from Turkey, they think about Cyprus as a casino place, okay, students, universities, but that's all. And it really motivates me to change this perception with the Cyprus is a historical place. We didn't know. Especially to like 80 million people, something, it comes to me very interesting actually to reach these people. And I changed the name of the page. Instead of Cypriot the Voyager, I changed it Kıbrıslı Seyyah in Turkish. And first reaction came from my family. They said, what is this Kıbrıslı Seyyah? Because it somehow Cypriot the Voyager was very aesthetic, but Seyyah means little bit like for men. They didn't place good with me as a woman actually. And I started to change as an appearance as well. I started to become more outdoor. Always, I am searching in the forest, special places. And my page immediately started to go up actually. And so there is three important points that I started to apply to my page. Visual consistency, selective content curation, emotion-based storytelling. I started to use humor in beginning of the videos, but I started to shoot proper videos and some coloring especially, and sometimes removing some videos, especially dust, trash, you know, in the historical places. And I started to call sometimes tourism department. Really, especially when I visited Sentilarium, it was very bad, and they started to call me, don't put in the videos, or don't criticize us, something like that. But it's very good that this kind of influencers are increasing. So I hope it will be positive effect for tourism department as well. So when you created Instagram page, you should definitely notice these three things very important. You cannot shoot something, no editing, and try to become more followers, to get the followers. Another very important point, I started to discover places that unmapped in the Cyprus. While in Alagadi, for instance, I was doing paddleboard, and I noticed that there is a cave in the sea. And let me show you the video. Yeah, look at that. This is even tourism department didn't know.
I didn't know too.
Yeah, didn't know, because I asked them and they said that they don't know this.
Is it Alagadi?
Yeah, it's in Alagadi.
Left or right? East or west?
It's next to Esenyalı restaurant in the east side of Alagadi. East
A
side.
man would ask east or west, left or right.
Left or right. Yeah, this is also, ama which left? Yeah. And also another discovery, because I shoot this and I published, and immediately people started to ask me location, for instance. Very interestingly, in one site I sent them location, in another site you want to keep secrets.
Yes.
But I sent most of my friends, followers, the location. And while this is a kind of community, I started to discover that my page, it becomes a community, because people started to follow, they started to give me new discoveries. And one of the historian person, he gave me info that this location in Alagadi was they were producing ships, shipyards in very ancient times. Yani Fenike tersanesi varmış burada. Ve again, in any tourism papers or tourism pages, they didn't announce this. But there are very special signs that this place was an ancient time shipyard producing place. So this motivates me more. And let me continue. Yes, and this is the end, but in another time, actually my friend told me that there is a meteor rain. This is true, meteor shower, yes. There is an event, actually there is a big sky event. So why don't you create an event for this special night, she said. And I said, I didn't notice that I have too much followers. I just designed this with AI. Even the day I created, and night I published. And it's in Alakayası. Alakayası, this is a very nice place. I will show you just a second. You can see very nice view. And we decided to go there at night with our friends, like 4 or 5 persons. But I published this. And when we went there at 7:30, there was full of people. In this deck, this is a deck, it was full of people with chairs and they were sitting. And my husband told me, this is not for you. People came ordinarily just to see the view. We sit because in that time I didn't show my face. I was shooting just for historical places. I never showed my face. I immediately, because he likes competing, and he is making me, this is not for you, this is not for you. And I stand up and I ask people, did you came because of this post or you came just and they said, no, we came for your event. And I became, yes, I did it. It was very funny. And there is a video related with this one as well. By the way, we became almost 70 people, I think. And that night there was no meteor. Yes, this is my biggest fail, I think. And I started to learn to do research before the event, because I saw the event on the news, but I didn't check the weather. And the weather, it was a full moon, and because of the full moon, you cannot see the stars moving. But I was thinking it's a fail. End of the night, people started to leave. I started to ask them. We didn't see any meteor, nothing. And they said, no, it was very nice night. We chat, and we did many humors that night, because I felt myself that I need to make people laugh. And what we were doing while everyone was like that, oh, I saw, but it was nothing. So people entertained, yes. So I discovered that while you create a page, you should have any purpose on it. Okay, it's not related with only the tourism page. Maybe you will create something related with your online shopping. Still, it must be something that you should hold the community in. Actually, after this, many times I did struggle to create another event, because one failed, so I thought second event will be another fail for me. And I didn't think Instagram page is as a community. But maybe this was in the summer, like 3 months, 4 months later, we organized hiking yesterday. And it was really perfect, because 20 person came in a very tough route. We hike, and let me show you this. Everything open.
You learn everything.
I am learning, yes, yes, yes. Oh, there is. This is from yesterday.
Fönler aracılığa başlıyorum.
This is my husband again. This is all from Instagram. They attended.
Yayınlardayız. Şartlı kayalar. Peki başa.
Yeah.
Kaç sene var geçtik? 3-4 sene geçtik galiba. Daha keçisinden beter oldu.
Biz de gittik ama dönüş bir şey bulamadık. Kaçırdığımızı tek gördük.
Gerçekten.
Motoru
Abi yoktu.
konuştuk, ayarladık. Bir yarım saatlik daha izin versin bize de tamamdır. Sonuna da versin yağmuru. Üstümüzdeki tozlar zaten ancak atacak.
Yeah. We
Kendisi biraz önce bittiydi.
climbed
Dönebilirsen.
in the cave.
Efendim?
There is a cave under the rock actually.
Diyorum arada kaldım zaten. Çok iyiydi. Yolu bulduk ve geldik.
Ses gelir mi? Çok gelmez dedi bana. Yeah, we were there. So I managed to collect 22, 23 persons, and we climbed that rocks, and we, we passed from some caves, 3 or 4 caves. It was very difficult route actually, and I decided, actually they offered me to create a community, and we will continue these hikings, maybe much more. Yes, every 2 weeks we decided to continue these kind of events, and even maybe, okay, perfect, perfect. We want to become bigger.
Yes.
Oh, this is
Our TVC student.
perfect. Yes, because it was very difficult for me to enjoy and did some shooting. And he is my partner. He is professional hikers, and that's why he brought us a route that's very different. There are many different routes on the mountain, but this was very special and very difficult one. And so we decided to continue, and we make our community bigger. So we will visit, instead of both not only I will promote historical places and nature, we decided to live nature and history together, because we organized one another hiking from Ilgaz, it's a village in Kyrenia, to Karmi. Karmi is another and very, very historic village. And from the Karmi to St. Hilario. It's very long route, but much more easy when I compare with this one.
The steps of St. Hilario.
Yes, only steps of St. Hilario is 500. So we even started from 13 kilometers away. But it was very interesting. And when you do frequently, it's very easy. So, let me turn again. I am finishing slowly. Yeah. Yes. And because of the Instagram page, I created 2 projects, and it's really good for me because I called myself volunteer tourism ambassador. So, but Instagram is not enough to do this. I need something like YouTube channel, and it needs much more big effort than Instagram. So I collaborate with Channel T. So tomorrow we are starting one program, Taşın Fısıltıları, the sound of stones.
One of our former students told me that he's working with you.
Oğuz.
Yes.
This is also another story actually, because I met with Oğuz in Famagusta. I visited Famagusta to shoot around, and I used drone. This is another my passion to use a drone. And people always sees me like 46 years old woman using drone, you know. People always interesting, and they come to speak. Oğuz came and he said that, oh, you are using drone, and I have drone, I bought new. And we started to follow each other first from the Instagram. And as I told you while hiking, it's very difficult for me to shoot and enjoy from the events. So I was thinking I need bigger program. I mean, Instagram is very short. Within 3 minutes, I cannot show everything. I cannot give message. I need bigger channel like YouTube. So Channel T, I have a friend there, and they offered me program maybe 2 months, 3 months ago. And I said no, because, you know, I know Channel T, very traditional. I am using Instagram, very dynamic. So I immediately recognized Oğuz, and I said okay. Yes, it's a coincidence, but very good coincidence. So Oğuz created, he is making all shooting, drone shoots. So it's a very good experience for him as well, because he said that I fed up off the record. You know, all politic news and many things. And even he showed too much interest for editing now.
He was very excited.
Yes, really.
Program together.
Yes, really, it's very good experience for him as well. Again, I will learn this computer, but yes, here. This is our introduction for Instagram.
Tuvalet kağıdını bile gayet yapmışsın bence. Senin evin gider. Ben Damla Boğaç Emiroğlu. Kıbrıslı seyyah olarak adanın tarihi ve doğal güzelliklerini geziyoruz. Taşların fısıldadığı bu ada benim için hep özel, büyüleyici oldu. Şimdi siz de bu hikayeleri dinlemeye hazırsanız birlikte Taşın Fısıltılarındayız, Kanal T programındayız, St. geliyoruz. Ocağına incir ağacı dikmişler, dedikleri. Ocak incir. Yok, incir değil. Olmuş. Şimdi onun üzerine geliyoruz. Kraliçe penceresi nerede dedim. Oradaki amcama dedim. Kraliçe penceresi varmış burada. Daha başım nasıl ya? Yani bu kale bir tarafı. bugüne bağışlar görmüş. O yüzden hikayesiyle yaşıyor.
Yeah. So this is just introduction, but will be tomorrow on the channel thing. Yeah, another project is together with Çatalköy Esentepe Municipality. We will do destination branding for specific location. We created a page, Beşparmak, and we started to rediscover some old traditional restaurants, some together with history. Not only historical places, but we will direct people to revisit the restaurants. For instance, we discovered one very old fish restaurant. Almost they were closing the restaurant because they never used social media. In a very old way, they are fisher and they are going visiting the sea, whatever, they have ships, collecting all fish and cooking, serving to the restaurant, but all clients forget this restaurant. They started to discover new fashion, new restaurants. So we created a video for him. Actually, I will show you from here. And now he is full, you know. There was only one or two tables normally. And with this, after this video, only one video, he also started to his own social media now. And he became a kind of phenomenon.
Ahmet Kasap, tabii bizim bu bölgelerde çoğu insanın lakabı var. Birçok insan beni alakadar ettirir. Ağlara tükenecek, yarın sabahtan çekecek. 4.5-5'te kaldırır, başları kaldırmaya. 6.5'i ızgara, sokak, borboz, orto, lavos. Ne varsan koyar. Yarın sabah vuracak, akşamda müşteri gelsin yesin. Tabii tabii. Nedenimiz ataca, ikramımızı kendimiz tutarken, kalamarımızı kendimiz tutarık. Vallahi Mehmet'in böyle yağda kızartma olarak sorgullu mercan, ızgarada. Izgaro, sorgul, mercan batır. Hoppayla severim. Yerli hop bizim kendi tuttuğumuz hoppayı. O da lezzetli. Ama özellikle böyle sorgul, mercan, tadı hiçbir şey değişmemez. Izgarada dersen bana, ızgara kömürde minerisinle ve paniri. Böyle paniriyi çok severim ızgara ve bir de mineriyi. Onun için pişirmesini bilecek. Biz onun pişirmesini bilelim böyle.
Yeah. So 163K people they saw, and think about, actually you are all communication students now, and you are very lucky you have this tool, you know. You can create one page, very easy, and you can be very important media. This is a very powerful tool. All you have, because you know, and you know the theory, you know the practice. This is something that you should use. You should start to create your career from now. Because think about, this was the restaurant who never used any social media. He is very traditional way, his restaurant, and he had only one table, two tables. And now, after this video, he is full, especially Saturdays and Sundays. He started his own social media in a very simple way. I want to show you because, just a second. He is just shooting himself, and he started to become a kind of phenomenon because people started to visit his restaurant and they say, we want to see this man. And he's doing nothing, only he put the fish there, he just shoots, okay, today we collected this, nothing else, And this is very good example how media, is a powerful. Let me, how I can show you this. Okay, Hoca. Can I see? Yes, come on. Here, look at that. Only this. Yes,
Let's go.
yeah, you see, and this is something.
You felt us hungry now.
And another good thing, this is two brothers, and they had a very slow way of restaurants, They were collecting and only 2 tables, 3 tables. What happened? Because of these videos, they started to work, they became very busy. And his brother started to call him, don't shoot anymore, finish. We don't want video anymore.
No more tables.
We're working too much.
Yes, too much, and they become uncomfortable, their comfort zone gone. So, Instagram, social media, doesn't matter what you are using actually, is your power now. And instead of people who need to learn this, you are living in it, so you should use it definitely. So I think this is it for me. If you have any question, I'm ready to help.
Thank you.
Do you all have Instagram page? So you are using just for post for your days, events? I think you should start to think about as a business. Yeah?
Have you applied for any government support program for your social media presence?
Yes, actually I didn't formally apply, but I'm speaking with tourism department frequently, and they prefer to work with international influencers instead of local now, at least for a...
They should work with what they have.
Yeah, this is, I believe, really, so thank you. I feel sometimes so unmotivated, but I hope one day it will change. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for listening.
No more questions? No questions? Then let's say thank you, Damla. You're all on the right. Let's do it.
inviting.
Very, very helpful.
Thank you.
Dilan hocam, come. Yes.
All together.
Yes, we will do that. And let's take a group photo, everyone.
Together.
Please come here.
You're gonna be on Instagram.
Yes.
Famous.
The ones who are in the photo will get free meal.
Let's go together. Come on, everybody.
Ready? Give me a big smile, guys.
Doğa yürüyüşü.
One second for Eric, please.
For me to be there.